Well, good morning from another beautiful sunny day here in London. Not long ago I put a video together sharing with you my daily photography kit. Now that kit still stands and that's what I use for all my big trips and adventures. However, I wanted something smaller, something lighter, something that's literally half the size and the weight that I can take on a day out like this in London, or maybe if I want to travel really light. That's the kit that I will bring with me. After a bunch of trial and error, I've put that kit together, I've put it through its paces, and honestly I can recommend this to pretty much everyone as a one-stop solution, not even just for photography but also for making videos, for publishing blogs, and for just doing pretty much anything to do with creating something online. Okay, let's start with the bag itself, and it's a Bellroy Venture 6 litre. I have the 10 and the 2.5, however this is a really nice in the middle type of size. Overall, the materials are very good. Now one thing I don't like is this lip here which can collect water, but apparently it's meant to be weather resistant. I've not tried that yet. You open it either from this side or from this side, and that's actually quite useful to be honest. And inside, as you can see, there's a lot of room. Plus you've got this front pocket, if I can open it one-handed, where you can put keys and just random bits and bobs. The actual strap does come off using these clips right here. If I can show you, come on, there we go. And that can effectively turn this little bag into a camera cube or an accessory pouch to go into your bigger bag on travel days. The back and the bottom are reinforced, so if you drop it or something like that, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. The camera of choice is the trusty Fujifilm X-D5. I've had this since it was released. It's over a year old now, and it's been all around the world with me. I really love the form factor. I love just how small it is, how light it is, coupled with the f2 lenses. It's not pocketable, but compared to a lot of full frame alternatives, this is a pretty good option. A few specific features that I like: of course the screen that can tilt up like this, but also can tilt one-handed. This is definitely not easy. Come on, there you go. Can tilt vertically like this, makes it so good for shooting at low angles or at hip level. And the second best feature is the 40 megapixel sensor, which can be used to crop your 23mm to a 30mm, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Now let's look at the first lens in the kit, and it's a Fuji 23mm f2, which is a 35mm full frame equivalent. Now I've gone for the f2 specifically over the f1.4 because of size. I don't plan to use this at night all that much, and yes, the image quality is a little bit lower in general, like sharpness, etc. However, for the size, you really can't complain. I mean, look how small this lens is. Now, why 35mm or 23 on the Fuji? Mainly because this is an amazing establishing lens. It's great for environmental portraits, it's great for shooting markets, tight spaces, and really showcasing to your viewer the scene and the environment where you are. Also, because it's a 40 megapixel sensor, I can easily crop this to a 30mm, so around 50mm full frame equivalent, and still maintain more than enough resolution. So this little package here can cover so much. The second lens is the 50mm f2. So full frame terms, we're looking at around about 75mm. The reason this is the second lens in the kit is because whereas the 23mm was our establishing lens, our scene lens, this is more for subjects, for picking out details, and for finding anything interesting in the scene that might be a bit far away. Especially when you're traveling, sometimes you can't physically get any closer, and this is where this lens really comes in. Now, why have I gone for the f2 versus the f1.2? Same as with the 23, it's the size. I mean, look how compact this lens is. It really is tiny, and as a package on the X-D5, this is pretty impressive for what it can do. Now, the last thing to do with lenses is this little earth magnetic lens cap. Now, I don't use normal lens caps for two reasons. First of all, they do come off quite easily, and second of all, they stick out quite a bit, whereas this earth one is magnetic. So It's very easy to put on, and it doesn't come off very easily at all. And if you look at the footprint, it's pretty tiny compared to the original lens. And of course, it also means you can use filters if you want to. If you're finding this video useful and wish to support the channel, then one of the best ways to do so is to check out my Fujifilm camera guides. I only make guides for cameras I've personally purchased and owned for at least 6 months. This ensures that any advice I give is based on real world experience. These guides are designed to save you time and remove a lot of the trial and error that comes with setting up new cameras. They cover the main features that most people will use and will show you how to set up your camera for efficiency, ease of use, and to get the best results. If you've just purchased a Fuji or want to learn more about your current camera, these guides will definitely help. For more information, see the links in the description, and thank you for your support. The next camera is the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I can already see some people rolling their eyes and saying, "Blasphemy, that's not a camera, that's a phone. A phone can never be a camera." However, honestly, it's to your own detriment. So why iPhone 15 in particular over the other ones? From a camera perspective, the main reason is it gives me 3 focal lengths which I don't have on the Fuji. Ultra wide, like 15mm, the main lens, which is obviously the best quality one, which is 24mm, and now the 15 Pro Max gives me 120mm-ish, which is super telephoto, and obviously they're not as good as the Fuji. Of course they're not going to be, but they're 3 focal lengths which I physically don't have on this camera, and in some cases having something which is okay is better than not having anything at all. And the main 24mm lens on the iPhone is really good. When I was in Malta, I was using my iPhone for quite a lot of my photography, and that was the iPhone 14, and this one is even better. From another perspective, it's now a computer in your pocket. With the USB-C connection, I can connect my camera, I can connect a hard drive and other accessories to the iPhone, and I can literally shoot, edit and publish from this one device. Oh, and one more big thing I forgot about the iPhone is the fact that it now shoots in log, which means grading video is possible, and you can get some pretty good results out of a phone. Again, it's pretty crazy how good this thing has become now. Now, if you're a photographer, the third camera is probably not going to apply to you. However, if you also want to grab some videos whilst you're traveling, exploring, etc., then this, the DJI Pocket 3, I can honestly say is a complete game changer. I'm going to write a whole blog on this camera. However, a few main reasons why this is so good. First of all, it's the image quality. It's a 1-inch sensor, and as you can see, the last few videos I've been filmed on this when I'm out and about, and the quality, in my opinion, is very good. But the main reason is it's so inconspicuous. Like when you're walking around with this thing in front of you, no one looks at you. If you're filming pointing that way, like in front of you, again, no one can see this camera. It's a tiny little stick that people can see, and it makes life so much easier, and it makes these kind of conversations a lot more natural compared to having a huge camera in front of you. Also, this means that you can literally set this thing to record, let it track just at some point in a distance, and then take photos with your Fuji. So at the end of it, you get some nice video footage of your trip as well as the photos, and the two don't get in each other's way. At least that's from my experience. Oh, and finally, all the sound is from the built-in mic right there in front. No external mics at all. That's pretty good if you ask me. Okay, so with all the main items out of the way, let me just quickly show you what I keep in the rest of the bag. So in this pocket here is just some lens wipes and a lens cloth to clean the lenses, obviously. Here's like a lip balm and just random bits, keys, nothing really much in that front pocket. Now let's move on to the main compartment. Obviously here, headphones, here, sunglasses. Quite a few people have asked what sunglasses I use. They're Moscots, really good. Wallet in that pocket there. In a zip pocket, I'll typically keep passport or something like that. And here I have the battery charger. The battery charger I use is one of the latest Anker jobs. Don't know the exact model, but it's really small, and it's got a built-in USB-C cable, but also it's got ports as well. This will easily keep the Osmo and my phone going all day. Really like it. Great little investment. I also just realized that where I'm sitting and filming the bag from the outside, it looks like I'm sitting, filming and talking to my crotch. Now on the other side of the bag there's this little pocket. This is where typically the Osmo would sit. However, I'll also have another XT5 battery. Even though I can charge the XT5 through the USB-C cable, I don't particularly want to sit and wait if I run out of battery. And finally we have this little pocket at the top where there's quite a few small accessories, and I'll go through each one. So first up we have this little Joby folding phone tripod. It's really good if you want to use your phone as a camera and leave it, but also it's good if you want to, let's say, watch a video on the train or a plane or something. Another good feature is that the actual tripod bit comes off and it's like a normal screw. So I can use this tripod as a tripod for the DJI as well. So all in all, this is a really useful little accessory. Next is a small SD card to USB-C Apple adapter. This is what I use to offload all the footage from the Osmo and the XT5 onto my iPhone for editing. Yes, you can use apps for it, but this is just a much better way. Then I have this little tiny SanDisk USB-C to USB-A pen drive, memory stick, whatever you want to call it. And finally, I have a bunch of these little adapters, which are from USB-C to Lightning, or from USB-C to USB-A, or any combination. Alright, well, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope it's given you a few tips or ideas for your own little travel photography kit. If you have any of your own suggestions or any gear that you've found useful over the years, please use the comment section and leave it down below. I'm sure many others would benefit. And finally, as I've said before, let me know what you think about this new format of videos where it's more vlog style, less polished, less kind of high production, even though my other videos are not, but you get the idea. But for now, I'm going to wish you a happy new year. I want to thank you for all your continued support on the channel, watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, buying my digital products, you name it. So thank you very much for that. There's a lot coming up in 2024, a lot of travels, a lot of destinations, and a lot of videos as well. So one more time, thank you, and I'll see you soon.